Una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. Despite the clear weight difference, even Canelo Alvarez knows he's about to face the biggest challenge of his career. Terence Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes to fight him at the 168-pound division later this year. Knowing this, Canelo has started training early to ensure he's both physically and mentally ready to face the first undisputed world champion across multiple weight classes in the 4-belt era. Canelo Alvarez is using new training methods to prepare for Terence Crawford's impressive mobility, boxing skills, and counterpunching. Determined to avoid what would be the 3rd loss of his career, Canelo has been pushing himself hard in training for this critical fight.
Boom, 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 bang. Boom, 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 bang.
But what's at stake is even bigger. A loss would cost him all his belts and could mark the end of his era of dominance. This might be the moment he passes the torch and says goodbye to his reign. When asked why he continues boxing despite his long list of accomplishments, Canelo always replies, "I love boxing. That's what keeps me going."
Wait, you're one of the best fighters in history, but you're very successful. You don't have to work, so you could retire today if you wanted to.
I love boxing. I love boxing, and I love being fighting.
While his passion for boxing is real, many fans hope Canelo doesn't bow out with a humiliating loss to someone from a lower division. They'd rather see him retire gracefully as a champion. Known as Canelo, he made history as the first undisputed super middleweight champion. Since 2020, he's held the WBA Super title, WBC, and Ring Magazine titles, later adding the IBF and WBO belts in 2021. However, he lost one of those belts to the authorities after refusing to face a mandatory challenger.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
Canelo trains 6 days a week during fight camp, taking Sundays off to rest. His routine includes 2 sessions a day, starting with a 6 a.m. morning run. After breakfast, he takes a short power nap to recharge for his afternoon session. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are dedicated to boxing drills. These days, he focuses on exercises like jump rope, shadow boxing, heavy bag workouts, and strategy planning to improve his game plan and sharpen his skills.
Dar el día al 100%.
Canelo sets aside Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for sparring sessions. During these sessions, he and his team focus entirely on fight preparation, visualizing the ring and strategizing for the big day. When asked about sparring, Canelo said, "It's the hardest thing I do, but it fascinates me the most." His training also includes a mix of body weight and weight exercises for strength and conditioning. To ensure he's fully prepared, he's brought in top sparring partners, just like he did with Teofimo Lopez, the super lightweight world champion. Canelo and the Honduran boxer, who has an impressive record of 20 wins and just 1 loss, were featured in a viral video on social media. The clip shows them training at a camp near Lake Tahoe on the Nevada-California border. In the video, Canelo is seen practicing against the ropes, delivering sharp punches and perfecting his movements in preparation for his upcoming fight against Berlanga. The Mexican champion gives a masterclass in defensive techniques, showing off his waist movement and dodging punches, all without headgear and only marking his hits. Trainer Eddie Rosa is seen supervising the entire session between Alvarez and Teofimo, who seems to have become Canelo's key training partner for the Berlanga fight. The video also shows Canelo coaching Teofimo on how to escape tricky situations when trapped against the ropes. Canelo shared valuable tips on handling pressure and tough spots in the ring, sparking excitement among fans online. Their teamwork has become a hot topic as Canelo sharpens his skills for his super middleweight title defense on Mexican Independence Day. Canelo Alvarez's legendary trainer Eddie Rosa is also playing a key role in his preparation. Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez had previously expressed a strong desire to face Terence Crawford. However, Crawford has shifted his focus to a different challenge: Canelo Alvarez. The 41-0 champion, who recently dominated the welterweight division, is eyeing a big leap to super middleweight to take on Canelo. While Lopez is still eager to fight Crawford at 147 pounds, Crawford seems more interested in the potentially historic clash with Alvarez.
Eres más joven que él, Saúl, ¿eh? Eres más joven que él, hay que aprovechar eso, hijo, ¿eh?
Canelo comes over the top with an overhand right, lands right to the...
The partnership between Canelo, Alvarez, and Eddie Roso is one of the most successful and enduring in boxing. It began in 2003 when a 14-year-old Canelo walked into Don Rosa's gym in Guadalajara, Mexico. At the time, Eddie Roso, only 27, saw Canelo's potential thanks to his strength and skill even at a young age. Over time, their bond grew beyond the typical trainer-fighter relationship into something like a father-son connection. Eddie played a vital role in shaping Canelo's skills and career, helping him become one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters. Under Rosa's guidance, Canelo has captured multiple world titles across various weight classes. While Crawford knows he's at a physical disadvantage against Canelo, he remains confident in his ability to impose his style and rise to the challenge. However, some analysts are skeptical about Crawford's ability to perform at super middleweight. Their doubts partly stem from his most recent fight, a points victory over Israel Madrimov at super welterweight, which lacked the dominance many had anticipated.
Toma, ya está, ya.
Los de campeonato de entre...
Mijo, siguen 3 rounds, hay que hacerlo con velocidad, con inteligencia, güey. ¿Eh? Sí. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te lastimó? ¿Eh?
Despite these concerns, the possibility of a showdown between Canelo and Crawford has captivated boxing fans worldwide. The combination of power, speed, technique, and charisma from both fighters promises an unforgettable spectacle. Canelo Alvarez has made it a tradition to fight twice a year, once in May and again in September, coinciding with Mexico's Independence Day celebrations. Since 2022, his fights have consistently followed this schedule, and it's expected he'll continue the pattern. This raises the question, who will Canelo face next? With David Benavidez, the mandatory WBC 168-pound challenger, seemingly not an appealing option for Canelo, Terence Crawford looks like a strong contender for his second fight of the year. While Crawford typically fights at 154 pounds, 2 weight, classes below Canelo's, he remains eager to face the Guadalajara native. Adding intrigue, Crawford and Sheikh Turki Alal Sheikh are reportedly trying to convince Canelo to accept the fight, even offering a massive $150 million payday. However, some critics argue that a Crawford fight might be more about media hype than actual competition. Meanwhile, Canelo's avoidance of Benavidez and a possible move to 175 pounds suggest he might explore other exciting options to kick off 2025 in the ring. Another name linked to Canelo is Christian Emile, a 29-year-old Frenchman with an impressive undefeated record of 28-0. In his last fight, Emil defeated Sergey Dorenko in August, making him a potential contender for the WBC title. However, a September possibility, William Skull, 23-0, the IBF challenger, was ruled out after the organization stripped Canelo of his world title for refusing to fight the Cuban boxer. Over the years, Canelo has made a habit of fighting smaller opponents, including Mayweather in the past. Now, a showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is one of the most exciting potential bouts in boxing today. With Saudi Arabia increasingly involved in the sport, this mega fight seems more feasible than ever. Trainer Robert Garcia believes Canelo has the edge over Crawford and spoke about Crawford's situation, saying that if the Omaha boxer doesn't secure a fight against Canelo soon, he may choose to retire. Crawford knows this is the biggest payday of his life. He's a smart man. He's already achieved everything he set out to do, Garcia said in an interview with Fight Hype. He doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. From what I've discussed with him, my sense is that if he doesn't get this big fight with Canelo, he might never fight again. If Crawford stays active, there are plenty of options in the junior middleweight division. He could challenge WBC and WBO champion Sebastian Fundora or go after IBF champion Bakram Murtazaliev. Other possible opponents include Jermell Charlo, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Sherry Bohachuk, and Anders Zayas. According to Robert Garcia, Terence Crawford has nothing left to prove. With his unbeaten record and incredible career achievements, Garcia believes Crawford doesn't need to keep fighting just to satisfy fans. He's already done it all, Garcia explained. If it's about money, Crawford doesn't need to step back in the ring. He's taken care of his fortune and made smart investments. The only reason he'd fight again is to face Canelo and end his career. On a high note, Garcia added, Crawford is a smart man. He's invested his money wisely. He doesn't need to fight, but if he gets the chance to fight Canelo, he'll take it. Other than that, I don't see him fighting again. Everyone has a chance in a fight, and I think Crawford could give Canelo some good rounds. But ultimately, I think Canelo is too big and too strong. Garcia predicted that Crawford could compete for 6 to 8 rounds, showcasing his skill, speed, and power, enough to earn Canelo's respect and impress fans. Crawford has what it takes to make the fight entertaining for those rounds, but eventually, I see Canelo overpowering him, possibly stopping or knocking him out, Garcia concluded. The fight has sparked heated debates among fans and analysts. A boxing coach, Stephen Edwards, revealed he received racist abuse and hateful messages after picking Crawford to beat Canelo in a potential 2025 matchup. I get more racist and hateful emails than you could imagine, Edwards told the media via BoxingScene.com. Despite the backlash, Edwards stands by his opinion. The highly anticipated fight pits Canelo, the 34-year-old unified super middleweight champion with 62 wins and titles across 4 divisions, against 37-year-old Crawford, a 4-weight champion and current unified light middleweight champion. Canelo is known for his pressure fighting, counterpunching, and iron chin, while Crawford's tactical intelligence and switch-hitting style have earned him praise. Saudi Arabia is eager to make this blockbuster fight a reality, as the clash of styles and skills promises to excite both boxing experts and casual fans. However, the controversy surrounding opinions about the fight shows just how much passion it has already generated. Some have called a potential Canelo versus Crawford fight a public execution. Critics point out that Canelo let Berlanga, Ryder, and Charlo go the distance in fights where many expected knockouts. Yet, despite the backlash and hate mail, boxing analyst Stephen Edwards refuses to back down from his prediction. I'm picking Terence "Bud" Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez by a close decision, and no one is talking me out of it." Edwards addressed his critics, saying, "It's funny. People claim they hate my opinion, yet they obsess over my mailbag every week. When I picked Canelo to beat Bivol and got it wrong, I didn't get one hateful email from Russians. But Canelo fans, they should be upset with him, not me. All Canelo has to do is take the fight and prove me wrong." Edwards added, "Canelo has an amazing IQ and incredible vision. He's known to spar with heavyweights in the gym, showing size isn't everything. But he struggled with fighters like Mayweather, Trout, and Lara, guys with similar body types and styles to Bud Crawford. Crawford's movement, footwork, and strength are underestimated. It's not about being stronger than Canelo, it's about being strong enough." The boxing world is abuzz about potential fight dates, with 2 Saturdays, May 3rd and May 10th, lining up perfectly with Cinco de Mayo weekend. However, Canelo may wait for the outcome of the February 22nd light heavyweight championship bout between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Beterbiev beat Bivol in their first fight, and Canelo could be eyeing revenge in a rematch with Bivol if he wins. Commenting on the upcoming bout, Edwards said, "Both Beterbiev and Bivol are great fighters. Honestly, either could win that fight. It's going to be a tough one." "Weight plays a massive role in boxing," said Tyson Fury, sharing his thoughts on the potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. Speaking to TNT Sports Boxing, the former 2-time world heavyweight champion explained that Crawford might have had a chance against Canelo if they met years ago in a lower division. However, at 168 lbs, the weight class where the fight would happen now, Fury is firmly backing Canelo. "This is a very tough fight because they're in different weight categories," Fury said. "If it's at 168, I'll go with Canelo. If it's at 140, I'll say Crawford. But yeah, Crawford moving. From 147 to 168, that's a big leap." Canelo has already made it clear he won't drop any weight for this fight, which aligns with Crawford's goal of challenging himself at 168 lbs, a full 14 lbs more than his last fight. While Crawford is eager to make it happen, Canelo has said he'll consider it only for the right price. The weight disparity has been a hot topic in the boxing community. Even Mike Tyson chimed in during the Come and Talk to Me podcast, saying, "I don't like that fight for Crawford. Too much weight difference. He had a tough time with Israel Madrimov in his last fight because Madrimov was big and awkward. Crawford shouldn't have even fought that guy. Crawford's fight with Madrimov was one of the toughest of his career, as the previously undefeated opponent presented challenges with his size and unorthodox style. Whether Crawford can handle an even bigger and more skilled opponent like Canelo remains a question for fans and analysts alike. Even though Crawford is 5'8", slightly taller than Canelo, his lean frame means he would likely give up mass and strength to compete in heavier weight classes. However, Crawford is confident in his ability to manage his body. The key is knowing when it's the right time for your body to move up and doing it the healthy way, Crawford explained to Yahoo Sports before his fight against Madrimov. He added, "I moved up in weight because I wanted to fight the best guy in the division." Reflecting on his recent fight, Crawford admitted, "It was a close one because Madrimov was big and really awkward. His style was jerky and unpredictable. Honestly, I shouldn't have fought that guy. I should have picked someone who comes straight at you instead of someone so tricky." Despite these challenges, nothing can overshadow the ambition of a professional fighter. Crawford's determination to cement his legacy could soon lead him to a showdown with Canelo Alvarez. A victory, despite the weight disparity, would elevate Crawford's status to legendary heights. And that's it for now. For all the latest boxing news, events, and exclusive moments, stay tuned by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our quality content. Until next time, peace out.